Howdy, y'all. It's Dr. Schultz from the College Career and Military Readiness Office. I hope you're having an awesome day 3 of WHS College Week. So, today is all about a glimpse of your future. So, I hope y'all dressed up to show us what you're going to become later on after you leave WHS. So for me, what's that? Oh, I'm a speaker at the TED conference. Ooh, if you don't know what TED is, you should totally check it out. They're so interesting. Anyways, and oh, wait a minute. Is that your best-selling Amazon book that's yet to come out? Have I done these things? No, but are they on my to-do list? Yes. So I know I'm a grown up, and sometimes when people talk to you about, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's like there's just one goal. But I'm telling you that life is this big, long journey of multiple goals. So it doesn't matter how old you are, it's a great idea to always have goals and to always be pushing towards them. So I can't wait to see what some of y'all are dressed up with so we can see a glimpse of your future. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what it's going to take to make that future a reality. So the last couple of days we've talked about selecting what your future is going to look like, also selecting the universities or colleges or trade schools or whatever post-secondary education option you need to get to where you want to go. Now let's talk about funding it. So tonight, seniors, we are having somebody come from A&M Corpus Christi to walk you through how to fill out the FAFSA. We're going to talk about how important that is in just a second. So I would love to have y'all RSVP so I know that you're going to be here. And then if you're not able to come to the face-to-face one tonight, we are also offering a Zoom one tomorrow at 7. So either way, I need to know which one you're coming to make sure I get you the Zoom link, if you're coming to the Zoom link, and so that I just know that you're coming tonight for the guy to come talk to us. Okay, so let's talk about funding your education. Alrighty, so the very first step to doing that is filling out your FAFSA. So what does that stand for? It stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Okay, so that's step one. Once you fill that thing out, then they'll be able to see like how much financial needs you have, and you will be able to see what kind of financial supplements you can get from the national, like the United States, and then also from Texas. So make sure that you get that. And the sooner you get that done, the better. Now, if you are going to be in school year after year, it opens every October 1st. And the best thing to do is get it done early, because institutions of higher education get multiple disbursements of money, and then they give it out to you multiple times throughout the year. Every time they get a handful of money, then they distribute it to all the people who have submitted a FAFSA to their institution. So if you are one of the first people in line, then every time they get a disbursement, you're going to get a little piece of that. So your financial aid package will be bigger. So it's a good idea to get that done soon. And for those of you who are undecided and you're like, I might go to college, I might go to military, I might go to career, whatever. If you're considering going to college, make sure that you at least have your FAFSA filled out. So that way that financial aid package is building for you. And then if it turns out that you're not going to use it, that's okay. You just say no, and then all of that gets dispersed to other people. But if you do decide you're going to use it, then it's there for you. Okay, so that is step one. And remember, seniors, we are having someone come tonight, and then we're having an online thing tomorrow. So pick one and make sure you RSVP to it. You can RSVP through the email I sent you yesterday or through your Google Classroom. Okay, so once you've done your FAFSA, then that's going to go ahead and let you know what kind of federal and state grants you are eligible for. So grants are things that you don't have to pay back. You just get the money. They just grant you the money. You don't have to pay it back. So those are awesome. Another form of financial aid that is super awesome is scholarships. Now, scholarships are something you don't have to pay back either. Now, there's a whole bunch of different kinds of scholarships out there. So there are the scholarships that are just kind of like national ones given by private foundations, things like that. And if you go to my website, I have multiple scholarship search engines listed there, and also some state scholarships and the list of the top 175 scholarships of the USA. So make sure you spend some time checking those out. Now, they all have different requirements, they all have different due dates, and some of them are going to require an essay. But I'm telling you, a lot of people are too lazy to write the essays. So you should totally write the essay and submit it, because anything that asks you for any extra work like that is going to give you a higher probability that you'll be awarded it, because so many people are just going to be lazy and not do it. So write the essay, submit it, and hopefully you'll get more scholarships. Okay, so those are those kinds of scholarships. We also have institutional scholarships. So wherever you decide that you're going to go to school, let's say you're going to go to A&M Corpus Christi. I'm just using that one because I'm a 3-time alum. Go Islanders. And so this is what I did every year. So what happens is every year they have a time that you can apply for their scholarships. Their scholarship application opens every year at the same time, and you submit 1 or 2 applications, and it goes to a whole bunch of their donors for their institution, and then you get awarded scholarships through them. So this is another reason why it's really important to go ahead and get your college application in and get your FAFSA in early, because these scholarship windows open as early as December, January, February, and you want to make sure that you catch those for the very next year. It's a big deal, y'all. So I'm not here trying to nag y'all about things, but I'm definitely trying to give y'all every opportunity at funding your college education to the fullest. Okay, so those are institutional scholarships. Then we have local scholarships. So that is something that we give through our high school, and those are donors from Woodsboro. So the way that that works is in March, we will have a packet ready for y'all, for the seniors. We'll give it to y'all. You can go ahead and fill them out. You can also submit your essays, the ones that are due today for the scholarship, the $500 essay contest scholarship. You can use those same essays for that scholarship application, but those will open in March, and then you'll find out in May what you've been awarded. So last year we gave out $26,000 in scholarships. We're hoping to gather a few more. So if you know anybody who wants to do any type of scholarship, send them my way, and then that'll help y'all out. Okay, then that is scholarships. Let's see, what else? When you fill out your FAFSA, it'll also let you know if you're eligible for a program called work study. So basically that means you work while you're studying, okay? And it's a federal program, so the way that it works is they're able to pay you more because they get a tax break. They don't have to pay taxes on you. So work study is also a really great thing. Usually it's like a 20-hour-a-week kind of thing because they really want you to be focused on your studies, not the work. So there's a program there. Let's see. And then, of course, you can get loans. I'm going to say, let's stay away from those bad boys. Sometimes loans are just, can get you into a world of hurt. But if it comes down between either going to school with loans or not going to school, I'm going to say take the loans, but only take the little bit that you need to get yourself by. Don't be like, oh, money, 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 and like funding, you know, all of your brand new Nike shoes or whatever with your student loans, because those things add up, and they say that it is a, you know, small interest rate. Oh no, it adds up. So if you do decide to do loans, there are 2 different kinds. There's subsidized loans and there's unsubsidized. So let me tell you what that spiffy word means. So subsidized means that the government is paying your interest while you're in school. Unsubsidized means that you are paying your interest, or it's compounding, like it's racking up at the end for you to pay off later. So if you do end up taking out a student loan, make sure you go for the subsidized loans. Unsubsidized loans are uncool because you have to pay for all of that interest that you're accruing while you're taking them out and going to school. Now, the way that loans work is once you start taking them out, then if you ever stop taking them out, then 6 months later, you have to start paying on them. So they usually do it 6 months after you graduate. So anyways, if you have more questions about loans, definitely come by and we can talk about that. If you have any questions about any of these ways on how to fund your college education, let me know. We'll talk about that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, and let's talk about one more thing. Those are all ways that are through the FAFSA and through the educational institutions and through here that we can help you to fund your education. But if you're planning on working while you're actually going to college, whether that be university, community college, trade school, whatever, I'm going to give you these couple of tips. Tip number 1 is going to be to find a job that, one, works well with your schedule. You know, your priority, if you're in college or schooling of any kind, needs to be getting that education done, because once that's under your belt, you know, your future is set, right? Okay, so tip number 2 is going to be to pick something in the field that you're going into, okay? Now, for example, if you are wanting to be a nurse, like a registered nurse, well, you've got some years there before you're going to become a nurse. But I would recommend going ahead and getting a job in whatever area you're wanting to be a nurse in. Just get a job doing whatever they'll let you do. So for instance, let's say you want to be a labor and delivery nurse. That means you're going to be in there helping deliver babies in the hospital. So you can go in and you can try and get a job as a CNA. You can go in and get a job as a secretary there. You can go and even volunteer there if they're not going to give you a job. But the main thing to do is to go get into the area that you want to work at so you can see what's happening and you can start networking. So that way people will know who you are. And when they're like, oh, wait, you're going to be a nurse? Well, we hire nurses here. When did you say you're graduating? Oh, well, we might just have a job for you. And then that way, it's just kind of like, oh, thanks. And then you take the job rather than being, somebody nobody's ever even heard of, just a name on a paper trying to apply for that job. So that's one example of the many. But whatever it is that you're wanting to do for long term, just try to get into that world, even in just a volunteer position or an entry position. Start networking, start learning about it. And best case scenario is it turns out to be exactly what you want and you end up getting a job in that area with your big, awesome degree. Well, I was gonna say worst case scenario, but also this would probably be good too. You get in there and you're like, you know what? This is not exactly what I thought it was all cracked up to be. This is not what I want to do. And then you change your major. And then that saves you a lot of heartache and a lot of money too, because then you know that you're making the right decision for yourself. So anyways, that turned out to be like a win-win. Okay, so I just wanted to talk to you all a little bit today about funding your education. Remember, seniors, today and tomorrow we have FAFSA workshops. Today it's face-to-face at 5:30 in the library, and tomorrow it is on Zoom at 7 o'clock on your computer from the comfort of your own home. So make sure you RSVP for those. And other than that, I guess that's all. Tomorrow is going to be Iconic Duo Day because we can get you to college, but then you've got to make it through the collegiate experience, and you can do that by teaming up with friends. So think of an iconic duo like Batman and Robin, peanut butter and jelly, two things that go awesome together and equate success, a successful sandwich for them and successful heroes for Batman and Robin. You never know. Anyways, pick a friend, go ahead and dress together with your iconic duo outfits, and let's just always remember that you do need to have a support system, and Miss Lisak's going to talk to us tomorrow about the different support systems that universities and community colleges and other places have to offer. Oh, and one other really awesome thing I totally forgot to mention. You can always have the military pay for like all of your schooling. So if you have any questions, I can put you in contact with all of our military recruiters or whatever branches that you're interested in doing, because those guys have got you. All right, well, I guess that's all. Y'all have a wonderful day, and we will see y'all tomorrow for Iconic Duo Day. Bye.